Happy Love Day, boys and girls. It is Friday, February 14th, and we were terrible yesterday. The plane was flying so high that I assumed it would eventually get some turbulence. I didn't think it would crash, so 0-6 day. Still up over 11 or 12 units in the last week, so still a great week, but hate to see an 0-6 day, and it was a rough 0-6 day. William and Mary, we needed them by 1.5. They won by 1. Jacksonville State plus 1.5. They were winning up until the last minute of the game and gave up the lead and ended up losing by 5. Sabonis over 5.5 points in the first quarter. He scored 5 points. Then he stopped shooting. Rockets blown out. Thunder blown out and come back. And Omaha, Nebraska plus 9.5. They ended up down double digits in the second half. They were hanging the whole game. They lost by 13, so didn't cover that one by 3. So some close losses. I don't feel bad about close losses. I know obviously you lose money, you don't feel good about it, but the reads are there, and that's what I care about, is that I know that the method that I'm using and Josh is using, again, shout out Big Man Krantz for taking this journey with me and moving the needle along into getting these positive results we've been getting, but we'll get back on the horse. No NBA today. Very short, very small school-centric Friday. So no worries if you don't want to bet basketball today. We came up with 3 picks that we really like, so we're going to roll with those, and hopefully we can knock out 3 winners and get some of that money back from yesterday. So first one we're going to go to is a school I almost got into. I just didn't have the SATs or the extracurriculars or the ACTs or the grades, but then other than that, I almost got in. We're going to go to Dartmouth. Dartmouth minus 1.5. Dartmouth's playing Columbia. Columbia is 0-6 in games decided by 3 points or less. And Dartmouth is favored by 1.5. So if we expect a tight game, Columbia hasn't won any of these all year. These teams have very similar records. They're not very good. They're about 500, somewhere hovering around there. I think Dartmouth is 10-10 and Columbia might be 12-11 or 13-11 or something. So according to the record, the away team, Columbia, has been a little bit better as far as the season goes. But we're going to roll with Dartmouth with the home team. Columbia just won their first game in their conference, though they were 0-6 in conference. They won in overtime by 2 points, didn't cover the spread. And I think that relief that they felt for finally winning a conference game, because they had the most collective minutes returning in the entire conference, meaning that the lineups that they planned on playing had the most cohesion to them from last year. So they brought back the most players with the most combined minutes together. And so they had really high hopes for the team. And they didn't do anything with them. They're doing nothing. They've been terrible. So we're going to roll with the home team. Dartmouth minus 1.5. Second game, we are going to go to the MAC with 2 A's. We're going to go to Fairfield against St. Peter's. I struggle to find 2 teams who are worse going head-to-head with each other and trying to play an offensive style of basketball than I would find with these 2. The St. Peter's team is dead last in the conference in 2-point shooting. They're dead last in 3-point shooting. They're dead last in pace, and they are dead last in free throw shooting. So that's about as bad as it's going to get offensively for a team. They can't shoot 2s, they can't shoot 3s, they can't shoot free throws, and they play extremely slow. So you have that going on. Couple that with Fairfield's just been a letdown from what they were last year, and they're like 350th in the nation in free throw shooting. They play awful defense. They're I think Ken Palm has them rated 356th best defense in the country. So that means they should give up a ton of points, right? Wrong. They're playing St. Peter's, who can't score. So even with a bad defense against a bad offense, what do we get? We get the under. So we're going to go under 131.5 points. I think recently St. Peter's played like a 47-39 game against somebody. Just to give you context, they barely scored 85 points. This number is just too high. These teams played last year. In their last matchup last year, anyway, they play every year, but their teams that played last year, I think they had 126, and Fairfield was like an elite offense at the time. They just can't score, and the St. Peter's plays really good defense, actually. You know, despite the fact they can't score, that's how they stay in any games at all, is that they play defense. So we're gonna roll with that. And the third and final pick we're gonna go with Iona. Iona's won 3 games in a row. They started out the conference really, really badly. They're playing Ryder. Ryder just won a game. Iona's won 3 in a row. Ryder has lost 3 straight road games by an average of 11 points a game. So on the road, they're not playing well at all. All 3 of Iona's 3 previous victories in a row have all covered the spread as well. So not only are they winning, they're covering the spread. This line started out at 6.5. It's come down to 5.5 as of right now. And I love Iona at 5.5. That tells me that the sharp money is on Ryder, and the books have adjusted to it. So they don't want to take any more Ryder money, so they want to get you off of that. Actually, they're going to probably take in more Ryder money with the total getting lower. But we're going to roll with the home team, and we are going to say that Iona minus 5.5 is the play. So 3 ugly mid-major games. We got Iona minus 5.5. We got Dartmouth at home minus 1.5, and we have the under in the Fairfield and St. Peter's game. So follow us on Twitter, Spreads and Props. We may give out 1 or 2 more. We were talking about the UCLA Indiana game, which is the biggest game on the slate by a long shot as far as like notoriety goes. UCLA is favored by 2. Both these teams don't score a lot of points, and the total is kind of high in that game too, so that may be something. We kind of talked our way out of it. The total was at 140. I think it's come down to like 138, which just lets me know that the under was the play, but I think it might be too low now. Indiana is a live dog at home too, so that may be something that we look at. But those are the 3 picks, because tomorrow's Saturday. We're going to get at it with a big slate tomorrow. 3 easy picks to try and get us some chicken back for the Saturday slate. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Shout out to my wife for letting me make these silly videos and send them out to you guys, and all of her support. Happy Valentine's Day, babe. And to you and yours, have a good one, boys. And let's make some cash to pay back for all these flowers and cards that we overpaid for, and dinner that you're going to hate. Have a good one.